Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Relay Classic here at the National Sports Center, the 17th annual School Relay Classic put on by Pacers Track Club. I'm your host, Earl Basden. We are seeing the track officials getting their last minute advisory, and then we should be underway for today's Relay Classic. We'll be back once they get started. And we have the track officials making their way to their posts. And then when we see the athletes being brought out, we will light the cameras up. We'll be back shortly. And we are underway here at the National Sports Center. Sorry for the delay, but we are up and running now. As we can see, this is the boys 4x1. We have, looks like Elliott Primary out front. And they would look as if they'll win comfortably. And it was West End Primary. That's the boys 4x1. Looks as if it's West End Primary in 59:20, York Academy in 1 minute and 1:00.6, Northland Primary 1:00.8, and Victor Scott 1:02.15. Yeah. So welcome to the 17th annual Pacers School Relay Classic here at the Philadelphia Southfield Stadium. Glad we could bring you this live coverage. See the starter, Norbert Simons. You see former track star Debbie Jones Hunter. See the former president of the Bermuda National Athletic Association, Freddie Evans. So we are going to see who has qualified for the teams that have qualified for the boys 4x100 meter final later this evening is Port Royal Primary, West End Primary, Elliott Primary, Warwick Academy Primary, West Pembroke Primary, Salters Grammar School, Northlands, Victor Scott are the 8 teams that will line up in the boys final. I'll give you the girls teams who have qualified for the finals. Just waiting for it to tabulate here. Okay, for the girls 4x1 100 meter final, it will be Warwick Academy, West Pembroke, BHS, Dalton E. Tucker, Elliott Primary, Salters Grammar, Northlands, and West End Primary. Those will be the girls' schools in the final later this evening. We're going to the middle school girls 4x1 coming up. But let me give you the as you can see, these are the middle school girls heading over to the first changeover. These are the starters. So lining up for this particular race, the girls 4x1 for middle school. In lane 2 is going to be Summersfield. In lane 3 is Work Academy. In lane 4 is Whitney. In lane 5 is BHS. And actually BHS have 2 schools, lane 5 and lane 6. Okay, and we'll get to see once the starter has them all ready. We see the white up for changeover 2, changeover 3, and everybody's ready. So they'll be under starters orders momentarily. DHS just getting down the star, getting back to her mark. As they're getting their orders. BHS Team 1 in lane 6, BHS Team 2 in lane 5, Whitney in lane 4, Work Academy in lane 3, and Summersfield Academy in lane 2. They are underway, and we see the BHS team, quick changeover, but here come Whitney and BHS 2, closing down BHS 1. And another quick changeover. Whitney coming around the bend, side by side now with BHS. Who will have that at the end? And they come down the stretch. Whitney Institute and BHS. It looks as if BHS will take the win. Will they? In a time of 39.86. I'm not sure that is the correct time. It is 55-40. It is BHS. Whitney 55-51. 57-93 is Work Academy. And 58-87 is Summersfield Academy. So BHS, their second team is 10017. There you have it, BHS. Taking the win with Whitney, a tight second. Should be a rather interesting final. See a few changes being made. And in Heat 2, it's going to be Whitney Institute in lane 2, Sand Secondary in lane 3, Soltis Grammar in lane 4, Jalwood Middle School in lane 5, and Whitney Institute in lane 6. Their C team. You see the wind picking up just a bit. Well, we see the second heat of the girls 4x100 meter relay middle school relay teams lining up. Again, Whitney in lane 2, Sands lane 3, Soltis lane 4, Delwood lane 5, and Whitney lane 6. All for a spot in the final. As you know, these schools competed right here at the National Sports Center earlier this week in the Bermuda School Sports Federation's middle school track and field championships. So those that had the bragging rights from earlier this week will be looking to extend that bragging rights here tonight. Well, they look as if they're lined up, just waiting for them to get under the starters' orders. And they're off. There they go. Soltas look as if they are closing down Sands. Yes. Look as if they're taking over from Whitney. So Soltas have the first handover. Let's see who's after. Whitney. Whitney in lane one, in lane two, looking to close up, but it looks as if Soltas are in total control of this particular race. The changeover to the third changeover, and here comes the fourth changeover. But Whitney has pulled it back in lane two. Soltas has had a good exchange. And it's just a matter of, this is the Soltas team that set the Bermuda School Sports Federation's record. And they comfortably win that with Whitney second. It's a tight between Sands and Soltas. Sands and Delwood, Sands and Delwood. With Whitney, their second team, finishing. So Soltas won in 51.10. Whitney clocked 53.51. And Delwood was at 56.80. The third. The starter in the house. I don't know why he's up here, but he's he can start the races from up here.
Is there condition?
Welcome, Mr. Simons. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. Things are heating up down there. Yes.
Yeah. It's interesting.
So we'll have the preliminary results for the girls' middle school. We'll tell you who's made it into the final.
Get the elevator back up. Get the road to be climbing up and down the steps. Knees are shut. Gosh, knees are shut.
Okay, we're just waiting for them to tabulate the two races. And once they've done that, we'll be able to tell you who is actually in the final. I believe they're going to have the Special Olympics 100 meters coming up next on the track. Still waiting for them to tabulate. So just again, we have the Special Olympics group getting ready to getting their instructions. We'll bring you those results of the middle school girls. Middle school girls qualifiers for the final. Okay, so we have unofficially Soltas, Whitney, BHS, Whitney, Delwood, Sands, Work Academy, and Summersfield Academy. It looks as if they've advanced to the final. for later this evening. So we're getting ready for the Special Olympics. They are underway. Interesting run. We had Kamori Gill, Zafra Oflin, Christopher Trott, we had girls mixed in, Aaliyah Baisden, Soraya Birch, Micah Lambert, Kalish Trott, and Derek Ingham taking part in the 100 meters for the Special Olympics. They are going to have a break, I believe. Or are we going to have one more? Oh, there's going to be a community/corporate relay. Just waiting for the teams to come out for the corporate relay. It looks as if they're going to have a presentation for the Special Olympics, 100 meters. And let's see if they have confirmed those positions for the girls 100 meter middle school relay. And it is Soltis with a time of 51:10, Whitney Middle School 53:51, BHS 55:40, Delwood 55:51, Sand Secondary 56:80, Warwick Academy 57:93, and Summersfield Academy in 58:87. Those are the teams that are scheduled to be in the final later this evening as we see the presentation for the Special Olympics. Aaliyah Baisden taking second. And let's see if we can. Young lady Trot was second. Kalish Trot was the winner of the female Special Olympic race. And for the boys, the winner, Derek Ingram. Michael Lambert will get on the podium as the third place finisher. It's going to be Zafar Hoffland, second. And the winner is going to be Derek England. As we still await the looks as if we're going to have some entertainment and then back to racing. So we'll be back once the entertainment is over. There you have the Whitney Institute drum corps and dancers making their way off the track. I believe there is one more lot of entertainment before we get back to the main event, which is the Relay Classic. So, just to see if we could run down the finals slated for later on. We have in the primary school girls 4x100 meter relay. In the finals, we will see Salters Grammar School, Elliott Primary, West Pembroke, BHS, Warwick Academy, Northlands, West End, and Delton E. Tucker. That's the girls, primary school girls 4x100 meter final. And then in the boys 4x100 meter final. This is the corporate and community relay. Okay, for the primary school boys. In the finals. Come back to that. We have St. David's in lane 3, Future in lane 4. It looks like another St. David's team in lane 5 for this community and corporate relay race. Future team looks like some youngsters. They're going up against these adult teams. They'll be on the starters order shortly. Two St. David's teams, a future team. St. David's in lane 3, St. David's in lane 5. Sandwiched in the middle is the future team. Oh. And it looks as if the first changeover is ready. Second changeover is ready. Third changeover is ready. They'll be under starters orders momentarily. And they're underway. It looks as if the St. David's team in lane 2 or lane 3 has taken a gigantic lead. The two St. David's teams are battling, but here comes the future. Will that St. David's team be able to hang on in lane 3? There's a good change for both teams. And here they come around. And there's a changeover for the final leg. Boy, look at the other St. David's team come. Here he comes. Oh, yes. He looked over his shoulder and saw the threat coming and could do nothing about it. St. David's in 50-23, the second St. David's team in 51-07, and the future, the youngsters in 59-29. And we're getting ready. They're lining up the primary school girls 4x400 meter relay. 4x400 meter relay for the primary schools. Bring you the lanes momentarily. Start list loads. Let's see if we can give you the team. Then in lane 1, it's going to be Elliott Primary. In lane 2, West End Primary. In lane 3, Francis Patton. In lane 4 is Saltus Grammar. In lane 5, West Pembroke. In lane 6, Harrington Sound. And in lane 7, Warwick Academy. So Elliott, West End, Francis Patton, Saltus Grammar, West Pembroke, Harrington Sound, and Warwick Academy for the 4 by 400 meter primary school final. We are awaiting the teams to be brought out. So when we see the athletes being brought out for the primary school girls 4 by 400 meter relay final, we'll be back. And we do have the teams on the track. Elliott in lane one, West End in lane two, Francis Patton lane three, West Pembroke lane, I'm sorry, Salters lane four, West Pembroke lane five, Harrington Sound lane six, and Warwick Academy lane seven. 4x400 meter relay primary school girls. Maybe under starters orders momentarily. And this is the first final of the evening, which is the primary school girls 4x400 meter relay final. We will have and it looks as if they're still getting their instructions. But it looks as if the second group is getting their instructions as they can be able to cut in once they go around the far side. But the first leg has to run the entire 400 meters in their lane. Looks as if and they're off. They are off. So Elliott, West End, Francis Patton, Salters Grammar, West Pembroke, Harrington Sound, and Warwick Academy. Salters look as if they have taken an early lead, extended that gap. This is there's only 5 teams on the track. So 2 teams did not show up or did not have a full complement of runners. So here comes Soltis catching up Work Academy. This last 100 yards will be a challenge for all competitors. And Soltis put on a little burn. They go into the lead. Soltis' first leg is Diamond Morris. And Work Academy's first leg is Frera Dunkley. Jordan Poole for Elliott Primary. Jordan Lee for West Pembroke. And Soltis have increased their lead. They'll get a chance to then cut into lane 1 once they go through those turns, and everyone gets to go into lane 1 once they go through the turns. And that's Work Academy in second. We're going through the 2-minute mark so far. And Soltis look as if they have a commanding lead, but here comes Warwick Academy. This last 100 yards is probably the hardest. They're spending a lot of energy running against the wind over the far side of the track. And Soltis will make the exchange at the 2:32 mark. And Warwick Academy make it at the 2:36 mark. And there goes Elliott and looks like West End. So if we look over the far side of the track, we see Warwick Academy have closed the gap on Soltis Grammar. Well, will she have enough to keep closing in and take over the lead, as she's expended a lot of energy over the far side of the track? But she's going to make this last leg very, very interesting. Looks as if the form for Soltis is breaking down, but she gets a little charge on. She's not giving up that lead. And here comes the battle down the stretch. Soltis in the lead. Warwick Academy right behind. The clock is at the 3:45 mark. And both have made the exchange. And there they go around the track. They got to realize it's 400, not 100. And Warwick Academy have taken over the lead again. After Soltis, she is opening up a lead on Soltis. Warwick Academy's Raven Beats. And Soltis' Zoe Cowart-Tolbert. But Tolbert is not giving up as she's pulling her way back in. And it looks as if Weeks has expended a lot of energy on that backside to take the lead. And it looks as if she doesn't have, or she's looking over her shoulder. But here comes Tolbert, and Tolbert has taken the lead for Soltis. And it's going to be Soltis taking the win in 5:02.19. 5:02.19 for Soltis. Warwick Academy in second. As we can see, looks like Elliott is going to take third. Job well done, young ladies. Job well done. Salters. Francis Patton clears out the field. So Salters 5:02.27. Work Academy 5:05.80. Just waiting on the third time to come up. And it is Elliott in third in 5:23.23. 5:23.23. West Pembroke clocked 5:26.93 in fourth place. And the start list for the boys 4x400 meter relay primary school. It's going to be Harrington Sound in lane 1, Warwick Academy in lane 2, West Pembroke in lane 3, Francis Patton lane 4, Port Royal Primary in lane 5, West End Primary in lane 6, Saltus in lane 7, and Elliott in lane 8. And just go back to the primary school young man. And we're gonna do the boys 4x400 meters. See the boys being set up in their lanes. Again, for the boys 4x400 meter relay primary school, it is going to be Harrington Sound in lane 1, Warwick Academy in lane 2, West Pembroke in lane 3, Francis Patton lane 4, Port Royal lane 5, West End lane 6, Saltus lane 7, and Elliott in lane 8. So this is the 4x400 meter relay final for the primary school boys. Everybody's in their lane. Elliott 8, Salter 7, West End 6, Port Royal 5, Francis Patton 4, West Pembroke 3, York Academy 2, and Harrington Sound 1.
This is our second final of the night. This is the boys 4x4. Once again, Port Royals in lane 1, Victor Scott's in lane 2, Norton's in lane 3, York County lane 4, West End Primary lane 5, Salton Square lane 6, Elliott Primary lane 7, West Pembroke on top of the field in lane 8.
I think he was reading off the wrong chart. And it looks as if they're ready to get under the starters' orders.
Before the boys' race start, we'll give the medals out to the primary girl medalists. Awarding the medals tonight is our soon-to-be Commonwealth representative, our high jumper. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sakari Davis. First time we the event earning a medal to any of the party. Please welcome our third place team.
Well, they're doing a presentation now.
Next to the podium are our silver medalists. They represent York Academy. Excellent race by York Academy also.
We should be getting the next race off momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 2026 17th annual Wheel Relay Classic Primary School Girls. They hail from Salton.
And Soltis won the primary school girls 4x400 meter relay. And they collect their winning medals.
Sorry, jump out here.
As we see the starter now getting ready. And they're off. The boys 4x400 meter relay. Primary school boys, we see Soltis looking to take an early lead over Elliott Primary out on 8. You have West Pembroke and Port Royal there. Still another 200 meters to go, but it looks as if Soltis has taken a lead, with Elliott fading just a bit. And here comes West End and Port Royal. And on the inside, you have Warwick Academy and West Pembroke. Soltis is opening up a gap. Still got some ways to go to make the exchange. Lane 4. Well, Soltis have made the exchange, and so has Warwick Academy. All the exchanges have been made. But it looks as if Warwick Academy is closing down that gap. They're going to use a lot of energy on that backstretch, only because they're running into the wind. And it looks as if Warwick Academy will take control of the race. Soltis, yeah. He tried to make a press for it, but the momentum for the Soltis runner took him right past the momentum of the Warwick Academy runner took him right past the Soltis runner. You have Warwick Academy, Raymond Weeks running the second leg, and for Soltis, it is Hunter Kane. And let's see if Warwick Academy can maintain. This is Summersfield Academy. And it looks as if Soltis is closing down that gap. The Warwick Academy runner is looking over his shoulder because he knows the Soltis runner is coming. And he's going to run right past him to take the lead. But putting in the work over the backside is West End and Port Royal. They are battling. Soltis Grammar. Pace is slowed just a bit. Soltis will make the exchange. And they do at the 340 mark. A lot of work to do over that backside. The gap is closing. It's still a long way to go. 200 meters. Oh, and the gap is closing. Here comes Warwick Academy. Does Soltis have anything left in the tank? Warwick Academy runs right by him, but Soltis is not giving up. But it's going to be Warwick Academy. Soltis in second. Warwick Academy at 4:49.67. What a come from behind win. There you have it. Work Academy will get the winners' medals for the 4x400 meter primary school boys relay. Here come the middle school girls for the 4x400 meter relay. We'll give you the rundown of these schools and what lanes they are in. And let me see if we can get the final results for boys. The girls get sorted out. Just waiting for the results to be posted. Well, let me go to the girls. It's just taking a while for the results to tabulate. We're going to do the presentation for the boys. Still waiting for the. We see Soltis in lane 2. Or Academy in lane 3, BHS in lane 4, Sands in lane 5, Whitney in lane 6, and BHS in lane 7 for the middle school girls. For the middle school girls 4x400 meter relay. But first, we're going to have the presentation.
Representing Salters Primary School, the University of Bermuda, put your hands together for Salters. And the 2026 Bermuda Relay Classic champions.
And the champions, Warwick Academy.
And we're going to start our middle girls 4x400 meters.
And the starters orders.
Set.
Full start. The Salters athlete took 2 steps and stood up while the others kept running, but they've been stopped and brought back for a restart. So you have Salters in lane 2, Warwick Academy lane 3, BHS lane 4, Sands lane 5, Whitney lane 6, and BHS in lane 7. So we'll have a restart in a few minutes.
Spectators, we would ask that you please not use your air horn. Out of the track, which is an air horn as a recall mode, and this is used for if you have an air horn, please go
They are underway. Looks even. The Soltis coming up from the rear. It's very even at this time. You'll see the balance out as they come around this fourth turn and down the home stretch. Looking strong. BHS out in front. But there's Sands and Warwick Academy. Here comes Whitney. We'll see as it mellows out once they all go into lane one. The Whitney runner is coming across and impeded on the Soltis runner, but Soltis goes right across her. And they're closing in on BHS. Soltis closing in. BHS holding on. Here comes Soltis, Summersfield, and Whitney. And BHS make the exchange at the 2:12 mark. 2:12. Soltis closing in. And it looks as if Soltis is going to take a lead. They do so, but BHS is not giving up, refusing to give up. Still hanging in as BHS, but Soltis in control. Let's see what they do coming down this last stretch. Who has the legs? And the sprinter, there goes BHS. Soltis used a lot of energy over the backside, but here is BHS back in front. But here comes Soltis, taking the lead. Right at the 100-meter mark, the first 100 is done, 300 meters to go. She looks now set in her stride. As Soltis look well in control of this race right now. The arms are pumping. Can BHS hang on to second? Because here comes a challenge. Less than 100 meters to go, but Soltis will win this relay. BHS stretching out, but Soltis wins in 4:21.92. BHS was second. It was Soltis in 4:26.25.19. BHS in 4:30.30. Work Academy in 4:33:39. Whitney in 4:43:59. There you have it. We will have the girls' presentation. The boys are out, lined up. They just have to get on the track and they'll hold them while they have the presentation. So we're just waiting for, not sure if they're going to have the presentation or if they're going to get this race underway. And we have the boys middle school on the track. We have Work Academy in lane 3, Whitney lane 4, Sands lane 5, Whitney lane 6, and Soltis lane 7. race and then the presentation. And they're underway. Soltis in lane 7 on the far side, opening up a gap. Here comes Whitney. Whitney have two teams, but the Whitney team in lane, what is it, 2? Lane 4, and that is Chandler Keynes closing in on the Soltis opening runner. And now they'll come around the backside there down the home stretch. Whitney have taken control, but here comes Warwick Academy. So it's going to be Whitney, Warwick, and Soltis. 1, 2, and 3. Whitney make the exchange. Warwick Academy make the exchange, and Soltis. Now Whitney's second team and Sands rounded out, but a lot to be told on this leg. As the gap has closed somewhat, become a 3-horse race here. But Soltis look as if they want to take control of the race. As it's Whitney, Soltis, Warwick Academy. It looks as if the Soltis runner is just biding his time, waiting to come around. There he goes. You could see it. There was a response from Whitney, and they're going to battle. Whitney on the inside. He had a lot left in the tank. So here we go. Whitney, the exchange. Whitney, Soltis. Here comes Warwick Academy. And Sam's and Whitney's second team. And the battle is on. Soltis runner looks very comfortable around the back stretch there. Whitney looking to just stay shoulder to shoulder. Looks comfortable. And it looks as if the Soltis wants to take it, but Whitney's not giving up. Refuses to give up, but here goes Soltis runner, opens up the gap. And the last leg, Soltis has the baton, 3:01. Whitney has the baton. Warwick Academy have made the change. Sands will make the change. And Whitney's second team. But the battle out front is Whitney and Soltis. They are battling. There's still a lot of race to go, over 200 meters to go, but they're refusing to let one take the lead and the other to let him go. The gap is opening a bit for Whitney, but does he have enough left? The Soltis have something in the tank. Whitney looking over his shoulder. He's looking to make a stride there. He's got that stride and he's opened up a lead. It looks as if Whitney will take the middle school boys 400-meter race in 3:59:08. 3:59:08 for Whitney Institute in the boys middle school 4x400-meter relay. What a race. Oh. Game 3:59:08. What a race. So Soltis won the girls middle school 4x400 meter relay. High school girls 4x400 meter relay. In lane 2 is Soltis. In lane 3, the Barclay Institute. Lane 4, Work Academy. And lane 5, Barclay's B team. So they have an A team and a B team, and they'll battle Soltis and Warwick Academy. As the darkness starts to set in a little. Soltis, Barclay, Work Academy, Barclay. And they're off. 4 schools, well, 3 schools. This one looks balanced out. But here comes Barclays. Graziana Place. Lane 5. Lane 3. Lashee Jones. Jones has given, oh, that looks like Khalees. That's Khalees Wade has given Barclay a lead. Barclay A and Barclay B are 1 and 2 in Soltis and Warwick Academy. Finally, the exchange is made. But Barclay's A team has opened up a lead. They've changed the order of runners, but Barkley 1 and 2 right now. It looks as if Work Academy is going to challenge Soltis for that third place spot. I believe the Work Academy student is still running in her lane. Did she come in yet? But here comes Barkley's 1:18. Got a comfortable lead. You got Barkley's B team got a comfortable lead on the third and fourth place teams. Here comes the exchange at 2:05. Barkley's A team, Barkley's B team, 2:08. Here comes Soltis and Work Academy. The changeover comes at 2:17, 2:18. A lot of work for the third and fourth place teams to do, but they're not giving up. Soltis looking to put on those afterburners. She is motoring around the track, but Barkley A comfortably a good 60-meter lead, 70-meter lead. Barkley B fading just a bit, but I think the Soltis runner done a lot over that first 200 and now is starting to slow down a bit, but here comes Barkley A for that final exchange. Barkley B, still some 30 meters behind, and Soltis another, let's say about 40 meters behind. So it looks as if it's going to be Barkley 1, Barkley 2, and it looks as if, depending on what the Work Academy final runner can do, can she catch? She has someone in her sights. But Barkley A and Barkley B have comfortably run away with this race. But Work Academy not giving up. They want a spot on the podium, and she is charging down the Soltis runner. But here comes Barkley A. Comfortable lead. And the Barkley B team has got less than 100 meters to go, and Soltis is racing up behind them. But does she have enough real estate? Barkley B. So Barkley A, 4:15.27. And the Soltis runner is not going to have enough real estate, but it's going to be Barkley A, Barkley B, and Soltis in third. You're going to have Work Academy. She did put in a strong effort. Congratulations to Barkley Institute. They finished 1 and 2. Now we're going to have the presentation for the boys middle school. Soltis in second. see the high school boys lining up. There's Whitney. So once again, we have four teams in the boys high school relay. Barkley have put in 2 teams. Salters have a team, and Ward Academy have a team. So Salters in lane 2, Barkley in lane 3, Ward Academy lane 4, and Barkley lane 5. Congratulate Whitney and the other medal winners in the middle school. Four by 400 meter relay, boys senior school, high school. So the runners have been given their instructions while they warm up on the track. They'll hear the commands of on your mark, set, and then the gun will go off. They have to do those instructions when they use the starters to push off the blocks. Once an athlete uses the blocks, it has to be 3 commands. When there's no one using the blocks, it's only the 2 commands, on your mark and go. But we see Barkley using the blocks. So the starter gave the instructions of the 3 commands.
Okay, gentlemen, you have your thoughts now. Start your voice.
Barkley and Salters using the blocks to start. It looks as if it's, yep. Salters in 2. We don't have any Salters. Yes, we do. They're off. There's another team in the race, but it's only showing 5 teams. And it looks as if it's 6 teams that have started the race. We'll try to get that to you. It looks as if Salters is looking to take charge of this race early after the first 200 meters. Coming around the bend there. This looks like it's going to be one of those tight races. They come down the home stretch. On the inside, it looks as if that is Cedar Bridge Academy has joined the race. They are in lane 2. Cedar Bridge taking the lead. And it's a tight race in there. Opening up, Barkley's opening up a lead. Barkley 2, Barkley 1 and 2, Soltis 3rd, Cedar Bridge 4th. The changeover's coming. Barkley, changeover, Soltis and Cedar Bridge. Barkley 1, Barkley 2, Soltis 3, and they are opening up a gap on Cedar Bridge. There's Work Academy. There you have it. Barkley has a slight lead. Barkley 2 holding on to second. Soltis looking to close the gap. Looking to close the gap. The changeover will come soon. The second changeover comes at the 2:42 mark for Barkley, 2:45 for Barkley, and 2:47 for Soltis. Barkley's other team now looking to take the lead. He's run right across his fellow schoolmate. Can he hang on? Because here comes Soltis. Let's look over his shoulder just to see the gap. He's still looking over his shoulder. No need to look right now. Just keep running. Still got a gap. Barkley 1, Barkley 2, Soltis 3, Cedar Bridge 4. But it looks as if this might change momentarily because here comes Soltis. And they do take second. Barkley's leader, he's pulling up. He's pulling up. Can he still hang in there? He made it across the line. So it's Barkley 1, Soltis 2, Barkley 3. Barkley win in 3:42.93. Looked as if he was pulling up with a bit of cramp just before the line, but had enough real estate to keep that gap and get across the line and secure the victory for Barkley. So we'll be able to bring you the results momentarily. We're going to do the presentation for the girls' high school. Barkley in 3:43.
All right, we do have the high school girls John Neal will be joined by some hard figures to do that presentation. Regulars for the high school ladies. And you put your hands together to celebrate our bronze medalist from Salted.
And there you had Soltis in third.
In second place, Barclays Institute B Squad.
Barclays B squad, who took second.
In 2026, we relay classes from Barclays Institute.
Barclays won in 4:15:30. And the team of Jones, Dill, and Wade claimed the title. Barclays B team were second in 4:30:94, and Soltis 4:33:77. I believe they're going to do the boys. Because after that is the primary school. We're on the home stretch now. The primary school 4x100 meter relay final. Barclay were the winners of the boys 4x400 meter relay high school. You had a time of 3:43 flat with Weller, Pearman, Johnson, and Sumner. Soltis for the second in 3:43:87, and Barclays 18 finished third in 3:45:41.
In third place, representing Barclays Institute, the A Squad.
Barclays A squad, Cruikshank, Watson, Burgess, and Bailey finished in third. Second place, Dent, Knight, Rawling, Goodchild, and Smith.
And your champions for 2026 are the Barclays
Rutgers B squad of Weller, Pearman, Johnson, and Sumner. 343 flat. Getting ready for the 4x100 meter final for the primary school girls. We are waiting to start. We're just checking making sure everyone's in the right lane. The first exchange is ready. Second exchange is ready. Ready for one last participant. And it looks as if everyone is ready. They're under starters orders. And they're off. They're underway. Let's see these early changeovers. Salters, Deltany, West End is in lane 2, Northland's lane 3, Elliott Primary lane 4, Salters lane 5, Work Academy lane 6, BHS lane 7, and West Pembroke lane 8. As we see West Pembroke and BHS battling it out. It'll be that final exchange. Looks as if BHS. Work Academy, West Pembroke, and BHS. Looks that way, 1, 2, and 3. In 101.12. It's the time. We'll be able to bring you the results momentarily. Let you know who the champions are for primary school. Girls, 4x1. Warwick Academy, 101. Second was West Pembroke. Because we have people in front of the Work Academy, 100. Those were the qualifying times. We're just waiting for the final results. Who else was going to be on the podium? Once they clear away from the okay, so Work. Work 101.16. Just waiting for them to upload the app for the results. And for the boys, primary school 4x100 meter relay, you have Port Royal in lane. Still waiting for the start list. Port Royal lane 1, Victor Scott. Lane 2, Northlands lane 3, Work Academy lane 4, West End lane 5, Saltus lane 6, Elliott lane 7, and West Pembroke lane 8. There doesn't seem to be anyone in lane 2. Is anyone in lane 2?
No.
Yeah.
On number 5,
Yeah, lane two is out. So they're off. And the exchanges are made. We can see West End, Salters. It looks like Elliott. And those exchanges are made. Third leg coming around the bend. And here the final exchanges are made. Looks like Port Royal on in the inside, West End on the outside. They are battling. There you have it. Looks as if Port Royal, yes. 58, 56. West End second, 59-34. And Soltis, 10017. So that's your podium for the primary school boys, 4 by 100 meters. Port Royal, West End, Soltis. And it looks as if the presentation will take place for the primary girls, 4 by 100. And everybody looks uniform in blue. It's going to be Work Academy first, but let's do it the way they'll do it. It's going to be BHS in third place, the time of 102.69. Samuels, Brown, Evans, and Howard. In the time of 102.69. They were just edged by West Pembroke, who clocked 102.62. What a finish. Dyer, Furman, Jamal, and White. I believe West Pembroke had to make a change, a late change to that team. Nonetheless, silver medal. Just edging out BHS, 102.62 and 102.69. And for the winners, Warwick Academy. They clocked 101.16. Holder, Richards, Brooks Gibbons, and Weeks. Layla Holder, Azal Richards, Kamari Brooks Gibbons, and Raven Weeks. As we have on the track now, the middle school girls.
We have lost green eyeglasses. You can collect them at the trophy table. Green eyeglasses, if you left them on the track, you can always collect them every year.
We have Summersfield in lane 1, BHS in lane 2, Whitney lane 3, Whitney lane 4, Soltis lane 5, Delwood lane 6, Work Academy lane 7, and Sand Secondary lane 8. The starters orders. Whitney in lane 3 indicated they weren't ready for the start. Starter hoped that the runners. And the starters orders again. And they're off. So just in lane 5, closing the gap early. They make the first handoff, and there they go into the lead. Chasing down is Sand Secondary. Soldiers have opened up a gap. As long as the exchange is good, it is good. They will clearly and cleanly win this race. Whitney, see what the record for this one was. Because they've done it in 51:50. Soldiers, Whitney second in 53:97. Whitney third, 56:70. And they have set a new record. Soltis, the previous record, I'm just going to make sure that that is 51:50. Is it 51:50? That's 5150. Breaks the record of 5159. So we have a new record here. He broke the T.M. Tatum record of Watson, Gibbons, Turner, and Parsons. They have now put their name in the Relay Classic record books. And we're going to do an awards ceremony for the primary school boys. Let's stand. Just going to confirm the girls. It was 51-59, the record. Just waiting for the results to post it. Port Royal boys. And for the middle school, below the track. Warwick Academy in lane 1, Whitney lane 2, Whitney lane 3, Delwood lane 4, Sands lane 5, Homeschool lane 6, Salters Grammar lane 7, Summersfield in lane 8. This is the boys 4x100 meter middle school final. Yeah, it is. Salters Grammar School just broke the middle school girls record, clocking 5150, and the record stood at 5159, set by T.N. Tatum. So Salters girls of Ladie Rayner, Jasmine Reed Rebane, Maya Davis, and Zara Goodchild, and now the record holders, as we get ready for the start of the 4x1 boys middle school relay final. Warwick Academy lane 1, Whitney lane 2, Whitney lane 3, Delwood lane 4. We're going to have a restart. Someone let an air horn go just as the starter was starting, and that was the athletes reacted to the air horn.
The recall gun is an air horn, and all the athletes are wearing is one horn.
So we have to do it all over again. Warwick Academy, lane 1, Whitney, lane 2, Whitney, lane 3, Delwood, lane 4, Sands, lane 5, Homeschool, lane 6, Salters, lane 7, and Summersfield Academy, lane 8.
Yes, we appreciate your enthusiasm for what's going on and even use your horns. You can't do it during the start. Let the race proceed before we start blowing horns because it's causing confusion.
They'll be under the starters' orders momentarily once everyone is settled back in the blocks. The girls' Salters team broke the Bermuda School Sports Federation's 4x100 meter relay record earlier this week, and then they come and do it all over again in the Relay Classic at the end of the week. Special unit there. Starters are still talking with one or two of the athletes, making sure they've given them enough time to catch themselves, especially the ones that made the changeover. They're just asking folks to refrain from blowing their horns before the start of the race. And it looks as if we're going to get under the starters' orders yet again. Here we go. Middle school boys. And they're off. And the changeovers have been made. You have Salters. You have Salters and Summersfield out there. Here it comes on the inside. Whitney and Salters. Here they come down the stretch. And it looks as if Salters is holding off the Whitney charge. It's going to, well, 49.61 is the time. Can't tell who that was. 49.61 was the winning time. It's going to be Salters. Salters. 49.65. Whitney Whitney Institute, 49-76.
Separated by 1/10. Ladies and gentlemen, please show me
And it's Summersfield in third and 52-60. And Warwick Academy 52-69. So the podium's going to be Salters, Whitney, Summersfield. Two races to go. We have the girls 4x1 high school, and then the boys 4x1 high school.
middle school 4x1. Chicago has the middles.
Middle school 4x1 girls. Whitney Institute in 53-97.
In second place, Whitney Institute.
Whitney Institute in second place. BHS was the third place in 57-38. Whitney in 53-97. And Salters.
The record for this event was set in 2017 by Taylor Middle School. Their time of 51:59. The next young ladies who stepped to the podium last week set a new record in Bermuda Middle School sports. They're still on fire to elevate World Taylor's record. Welcome to the podium, their 2026 champions.
There are the record holders, Salters Grammar, 51-50. Running that backstretch with all that breeze in their face, they were still able to dip under the previous record held by T.N. Tatum. As they're going to get ready to start the high school girls 4x1. Give you the starting lanes. BHS in lane 2, Barkley in lane 3, Salters lane 4, Cedar Ridge lane 5, Barkley lane 6.
On the second row of the city school, 100 meters. Before we get started, I have a special announcement that I'd like to go to lead. The basic thing is that we actually go and nominate the socks to see the academy team. Both track passing, Brazil represented Bermuda as a dedicated determined track athlete, demonstrating both discipline and pride on the international stage. Brazil attended Sierra Academy and is a member of Cash Track Club. She furthered her athletic journey at Shell University, where she continued to excel and inspire through her commitment to excellence. Tonight, we're going to pause and honor Jack, not just for achievement, but for the examples she set, her passion, her resilience, her belief in pursuing excellence beyond limits, a true pursuit of greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a moment to have a moment of silence in tribute to Jeanette Paisley. Thank you. We're going to give another applause for Jason.
Moment of silence for Bridget Bearston, who lost her life in a car accident in the U.S. And now we're under starters orders for the high school girls 4x 100-meter relay.
On your mark.
BHS lane 2, Barkley lane 3, Salters lane 4, Cedar Bridge lane 5, Barkley lane 6.
Set.
And they're off. First changeover. We have 2, but the gap is closing over the far side. And the second handoff is underway. We'll see who comes around that bend. Lane 3 is Barkley. And BHS coming up on the inside. And Soltis. So it's Barkley, BHS, Soltis, Cedar Bridge. Just waiting on the time. Coming up to the final race. So here is the middle school boys presentation, and you have Summersfield Academy. And in fact, it was Barkley in 51:40, BHS 52:20, and Soltis 53:13. That's your podium for the Whitney Institute on the podium now. They finished in 49:76. Summersfield were 52:60. And the winners, Soltis Grammar in 49:65. Barkley with Bailey, Place, Miners, and Jones. But on the podium, we have Soltis. We don't have the names of it. Was it Martin, True Smith, Lightborn, and Trot? So the final race is lining up on the track. We're going to have Homeschool in lane 2, Warwick Academy lane 3, Cedar Bridge lane 4, Barkley lane 5, Barkley lane 6, and Soltis lane 7. So we just got word that one of the Barkley teams were penalized and disqualified in the preliminaries. So as I look, it's lane 2, lane 3, lane 4, lane 5. It is Barkley in lane, no, that's Cedar Bridge. Looks like Cedar Bridge in lane 5 or lane 4. Cedar Bridge lane 4, Barkley lane 5, so just lane 7. And they're on the track.
One off.
Under starters orders. And they're underway. And the first changeover. Running side by side. Here they come. A bad handoff, unfortunate, but Barkley 1, Barkley 2. It looks like homeschool will take the third. Barkley in 44, 60, 47. Barkley 46-10, and the homeschool 47 flat. Barkley took the senior school boys. Well, folks, that brings an end to tonight's coverage of the 17th Bermuda Pacers Relay Classic here at the National Sports Center. We want to bid you all a good night.